In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on May 26, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Kansas City Royals versus Minnesota Twins. A pair of teams trending in opposite directions will open their series on Thursday night when Minnesota hosts Kansas City. The Royals have lost 6 straight games, including 3 against the Twins last week. Minnesota had its 6-game winning streak snapped in a loss to Detroit on Wednesday afternoon, but it is still sitting atop the American League Central. Kansas City is 9-23 in their last 32 games overall and 6-14 in their last 20 road games, while the over is 5-0 in their last 5 games as an underdog. Minnesota is 4-1 in their last 5 home games and 16-5 in their last 21 games as a home favorite, while the over is 5-1 in their last 7 games overall. After a short 2-game series out in Arizona, the Royals now have to go back to Minnesota to face the Twins. They were just swept by them prior to their trip out west and look to be in for a similar start in this series. Other than having Wednesday off, there are no other real advantages that the Royals have over the Twins. Minnesota should be able to extend their American League Central lead while simultaneously solidifying Kansas City's spot at the bottom. The Royals are simply struggling to find any sort of consistent run production and are not set up for that to change. Joe Ryan is getting the start for the Twins, a pitcher with great stuff and a lot of potential. He's already 5-2 on the season, and his last win was against the same Royals team, after allowing just a single run and striking out 6 batters. The Twins went on to an easy multiple-run victory. Better yet, each of the first 2 games of that series were Minnesota wins by multiple runs. The other one was a start by Royals pitcher Daniel Lynch. He'll be getting the start against the Twins again on Thursday after getting lit up by them in that loss. Lynch was pulled after just 3.2 innings of work in which he allowed 4 runs on 5 hits. Such a short outing is even more disastrous for Kansas City. The Royals now have the worst bullpen in the league, currently with a 4.86 ERA. The Twins aren't breaking any run-scoring records, but they have Byron Buxton remaining healthy and Max Kepler hitting well. So the Minnesota Twins to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full-game side pick. Kansas City has been at or near the bottom of the American League since the season began. They come into this series with a 14-28 record and have had no answers from both the mound and dish this year. Their starters have allowed the 4th most runs in the majors this year, and although Lynch has been good, he has a tough task facing the Twins again. Joe Ryan dominated the Royals last week, but as long as they can register a run or 2 against him, this game should easily go over with the Twins putting up a big number. The total number has gone over in 5 of Minnesota's last 6 games and 4 of their last 5 games facing American League opponents. Kansas City has gone over the total at a 12-6-1 clip in its 17 road games this season, and I would be surprised if Thursday night's game bucks that trend. The starting pitching in this game is certainly suspect. Smeltzer continues to bounce back and forth between the big leagues and Minnesota's farm system, so this is not an easy spot for him to be in. Meanwhile, Lynch has been getting progressively worse and is coming off his weakest start of the season. Now, he has to face a strong Minnesota lineup on Thursday. I expect both pitchers to struggle to some degree. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Milwaukee Brewers versus St. Louis Cardinals. We will have some National League Central baseball on Thursday evening as the Milwaukee Brewers and the St. Louis Cardinals will face off in the opening game of this 4-game set. The Brewers are sending southpaw Eric Lauer to pitch here as he is coming off a win as he went 7 shutout innings and gave up 5 hits with a hit by pitch and 5 strikeouts against the Washington Nationals. The Cardinals will have veteran righty Adam Wainwright on the mound, and he is coming off a win against the Pittsburgh Pirates as he went 7 innings and allowed 1 run on 4 hits with 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. This is a massive series between the top teams in the National League Central. Milwaukee won on Thursday, so they carry a 2-game winning streak into St. Louis. They gave up just 2 runs over those 2 victories, but the offense has been holding up its end of the bargain this year. They are 9th in scoring. It has been a total team effort too. They want to lean on the likes of Christian Yelich, but they can't. He is struggling again this season. St. Louis is off on Wednesday, gearing up for a weekend series that could put them into first place on Monday. St. Louis formula is pretty simple. They are one of the best hitting teams and they are getting solid starting pitching. That combination means they are in almost every game. They did lose on Tuesday to Toronto at home. They have not been as good at Busch Stadium as you would think. Just 11-9 so far. The Brewers suffered a loss with starter Freddie Peralta going on the injury list. That puts a little more pressure on guys like lefty Eric Lauer to perform. He is having a strong start to the season and at just 26 just might be figuring it out. Finally, the Cardinals are giving the ball to righty Adam Wainwright to start the series. In addition to setting longevity records, he is having another strong season. His lone start against the Brewers this season was also his worst start of the year. It was on the road though. This one is a tough call. These are two good teams, but I am leaning to the home side on Thursday. Lauer is having a strong season, but Waino is more reliable and the Cardinals were off yesterday. That resets their bullpen while Milwaukee has pitched Devin Williams in 3 straight games and closer Josh Hader is away from the team, so their ability to shut down games late is limited. These teams have some serious power as the Brewers are 4th in baseball with 57 home runs this season while the Cardinals are tied for 15th with 41 home runs thus far. Milwaukee is scoring 3.67 runs per game in their previous 6 games while St. Louis is averaging 7 runs per game in that same stretch. Even with some solid pitchers starting on the bump, this should be an interesting chance for the offenses to continue scoring at a solid rate. I do think the starters will be more than serviceable, but I am expecting the Milwaukee bullpen to get leaky late with their top high-leverage arms unavailable. St. Louis has a very complete lineup and is 14-6 over-under record at Busch Stadium this season. When these teams met for 4 games in April in Milwaukee, we saw 2 of those go over. Wainwright starts are a perfect 3-0 to the over at home. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Boston Red Sox versus Chicago White Sox. The Boston Red Sox will continue their 3-game series at Guaranteed Rate Field to take on the Chicago White Sox. Both teams have had disappointing starts to their season, but the Red Sox have won 5 straight after sweeping the Mariners and opening this series with a 16-3 win to improve to 20-22. The White Sox won a series on the road over the Yankees, but have struggled this season at 21-21 and 5 games back in the American League Central. The Chicago White Sox are coming off of a 5-run win against the Boston Red Sox in their last game. Jake Berger hit a 3-run homer to help the White Sox secure the win. The series is tied at 1-1 going into Game 3. Lucas Giolito got the start for the Chicago White Sox in this one. He has a 2.63 ERA with 51 strikes and a 1.27 WHIP. He pitched 6 innings en route to a White Sox victory. Chicago White Sox left-hander Dallas Keuchel will be the starter for this one. He has a 6.6 ERA with 16 strikes and a 2 WHIP. The Boston Red Sox are coming off of a 2-run loss against the Chicago White Sox in their last game. Rich Hill got the start for the Boston Red Sox in this one. He has a 3.86 ERA with 24 strikes and a 1.17 WHIP. He held the White Sox hitless through 4 innings, but things fell apart in the 5th. Boston Red Sox right-hander Rich Michael Wacha will be the starter for this one. He has a 1.76 ERA with 22 strikes and a 1.01 WHIP. Boston is as hot as anyone in the league riding a 5-game win streak, and with the bats as hot as they are, it probably isn't the best idea to fade this team right now. Against a struggling pitcher, the Boston bats stay hot and are able to get plenty of opportunities to get on base and score runs. Plus, Keuchel has been awful this season, and one has to wonder how much longer Tony La Russa and company can keep trotting him out there every 5th or 6th day. An ERA north of 6, a WHIP of 2, and more walks than strikeouts are all points of concern. Michael Wacha puts together another solid start, and the Red Sox bullpen holds and secures the way, so the Boston Red Sox money line is our full game side pick. Boston went into Wednesday having seen the under post a 21-16-5 mark in their opening 42 games on the year. The Red Sox are 11th in runs per game with 4.52. which increases to an average of 4.73 runs per game as the road team. Boston's average total this season is 8.71 runs per game going into Wednesday's action, while that number edges up slightly to 8.74 runs per game as the road team. Chicago entered Wednesday having seen the under hit in 24 of their 42 games this season, with 2 pushes. The White Sox have seen an average total of 8.03 runs per game so far this season. Chicago has put up an average of 3.6 runs per game on the year, which is 27th in the majors, so their bats have to get going. Their average home total rockets up to 9.1 runs per game. Seeing that Boston entered Wednesday with 5 straight overs and Kuchel struggles, this game ends up being a high-scoring one. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.